Hello everyone, my name is Emmanuel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to convert this Figma file into a website using wix-studio. Now if you don't know what wix-studio is, it's simply a web creation platform created by Wix. But unlike regular Wix, this is built for agencies and freelancers. It's more of a professional version for creating websites. Now this is the landing page, wix.com/studio. All you have to do is go to it, click on start creating, and it will take you to the platform. After that, all you have to do is click on sites. I already created some testing sites, but for this I'll just click on create new sites. Now you can either start from is blank templates or some themes, but for this video I'll just start from a blank template or blank canvas rather. And yeah, this is the site. On the left side you have the toolbar, which you have all the items here. You can add elements such as images, buttons, containers, and videos. The layer section, pages, global sections, and site styles. Then where you have the developer section, this allows you to add more functionality with CSS and JavaScript if need be. On the other side, you have the inspector panel. This will allow you to edit some elements such as changing colors and other stuff. You can't see anything now because the whole page is blank. But we'll get to that soon. And here you have the device size. You have tablets and mobile size for responsive design. But if you wish to put your own custom size, you can always change it by clicking on these three dots here. So allow you to customize your breakpoints. You can add a new one if you so wish to. But that's not what we're going to do now. We just use the default size, which is 128, 1280 pixels. And yeah, this is the site. On the left side, you have the toolbar, which you have all the items here. You can add elements such as images, buttons, containers, and videos. The layer section, pages, global sections, and site styles. So let's start by going back to our Figma file. This is the Figma style, which was made by Promise, a product designer. I'm just using this just for example purposes. So to begin, the first thing I always like to do is to set the styles. So we go to the site styles. So let's start by going back to our Figma file. This is the Figma style, which was made by. And here you have the site styles, your typography, colors, and page transitions. This will easily allow you to have a consistent design where you can always reuse the colors and fonts that you set. Now, since we're trying to convert this file into a website, I'm going to use all of the styles. For the font, I think it's using Inter, which I already have uploaded on typography. Now for the styles, I'll remove these Wix default styles and use the Inter font. For the other one, I'll do the same. Just Inter regular. Now if you have your own custom fonts, you can always upload it here. You can upload your own custom fonts if you wish. These are some of the other ones that I've uploaded by myself. After that, we go to colors and we'll change each of them to the Figma style. And now for the color sections, I'll just go to the Figma file and click on the variables. And these are the colors that were used in designing the Figma file. So I'll just transfer them over here. Just click on edit and then you choose, just copy and paste the color code. and click on apply. Now this will allow us to have a consistent design where we can use the same color over and over again in the same website. Just quickly do it for the rest of them. So I quickly added all the colors from the Figma file to wix-studio. Now for the next part, now will be the images, which are all the images here. So I already downloaded them. All that's left is to upload them. Now to do this, all you have to do is go to the toolbar section, scroll down to media, then click on upload your media. Now you can drag or drop them or just upload from your computer. And now the files will be uploaded. Now we have all our images uploaded, which we'll be using later. Now we have all our images uploaded, which we'll be using later. Now we have all our images uploaded, which we'll be using later. Now we'll start off with the navbar. So first things first, I'm going to delete everything here. Just delete this default name. And there we have everything is blank. So I'll come over to the left panel and click on the plus button. Then I'll go to media. And then we'll choose the logo. Here's the logo. Click on it and click add to page. Simply just drag the logo over to the navbar section and attach it. I reduce I reduce the size. Let me just put it at, yeah, okay. I reduce the size of the logo. Go over, click on the plus icon again, and go to text. This is our text element. We have the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, 5, and 6, and a paragraph. Now just drag this over here, drag it to the navbar section. Click on edit text. Click on edit text and change the name. Global drop. Change the color by scrolling down. You can see all the properties that you have: styles, alignments, formatting, and color. Just click here. I'll change the color. Change the color and make it bold. Over here, you have the responsive behavior. You can either change it to custom scale, wrap, or fixed. Now, for custom scale, this will allow you to scale it to any proportion that you wish to scale it to. And for wrap, drag them together. Now I'm going to stack them, and stacking them simply means combining the two elements together. Now to do this, all you have to do is click on both the elements, press Ctrl Shift, and you see the stack option right here. Click on stack. So the items are stacked together. and you can easily drag. Now you can easily drag them around. You see, two of them are stacked together. So you just click them here. Now for the next part, which is the menu, what you have to do is go to the add section. Come down here to menu and search. Now you have different types of menu. I'll just use this one. Drag it and add it to the page. Now for the nav items, this is it. You can just click on manage menu. You can add elements to it. We click on add item. You can add a link, another page or subtitle, or even a mega menu. Just click on link. Now with link, you have the option to redirect to wherever you want, to another web page, to the top or bottom of the page, or to link a document, email, phone number. But I'll just use an anchor for this tutorial. I changed all the names to match the Figma design. As you can see, on the Figma design, the menu, the nav link is on the left side. So we have to do is simply just drag it to the left. Now to edit the menu styles, all you have to do is come over here to the inspector panel on the right side, click on the menu container and click on menu items. Now from here you can easily change the size of the text or the font. I'll change this to Inter. I'll also change the color to gray to match the Figma design. And there are also other properties you can use, like when the nav item on hover, this is the regular state. On hover, you can control what styles it is. Like right now, the default is blue, but I'll just change it to a dark blue. And now we can press this eye icon to preview the site. Let's see, when you overwrite, yeah, the color changes. You can press edit to go back. Now time for our button, which is this button over here on the Figma file. Let's go to the add section once again. Click on it and scroll down here to buttons. I have two types of button, the basic button and the start buttons. But I'll just go for the basic button and drag it over to the left side. And click on change text. From here you can change the text to whatever it is, but I'll just type install Kobo drop. Now from the inspector panel, you can also style the button however you want. You can change the color. I'll change it to the dark blue. And the text, I'll make the text to be medium, and increase the height to, let me say, 14 pixels or 15. 15 pixels. Then for the border radius, you just come here where it says corners. I'll change it to 10 pixel on each side. Right now it has changed the border radius to be 10 pixel on each side of the button. Just drag it over to the left and align it. There. And there we have something similar to this navbar on the Figma file. But as you can notice a difference on over here on the Figma file, there's a little space within the button for the text. And to accomplish this, all I have to do is just click. All I have to do is just increase the size, the width of the button by dragging it. Also for the button, you also have the regular state and the hover state. This is when the mouse is hovering over it. So when I hover over it, as you can see, the color changes from dark blue to light blue. I can simply edit this by going over to the inspector panel, scrolling down. When you see this hover option, click on it. And I can change the color. I'll just change it to the same dark blue. And there you have it. We have a navbar section, which looks similar to the Figma file that we have right here. Now for the next section, that will be the hero section. That's this part over here. Now to achieve this, all I have to do is go to wix-studio and click on this center place where it says grid layout. And these are the different types of grid that you can have. There's also the option, if you wish to, there are already pre-designed grids that you can use. Settings that you can already use, you can just drag and drop them. But for this, I'm just going to use the default and blank one, which will be this two column system, just to replicate what we have here on the Figma file. I'll just click on it, and here we have two sections which are going to be divided, 1 and 2. Go to text, now use our heading 1, we'll drag it, copy the text and click on edit text, then Ctrl V to paste the text. Let me see the size. The size of the text on Figma is 60 pixels, so I'll just reduce it here. Reduce it to 60. Or maybe I'll reduce it some more. Then I'll do the same for the paragraph. Drag it here too. I'll paste it. I'll just change the color of the paragraphs to gray. Ah, and now we have this. Now the next part is to add this Google Play and App Store button. I already downloaded the images before. All you have to do is go to the add elements and go to our media. Then these are the buttons. Just click on Command or Control, select both of them and add them to the page. I'll just drag them over here. Now I'm going to use what they call stacks in wix-studio. And what stack simply means is just the grouping of two or more elements together. And to do this, all you have to do is click on an element and hold shift and click on the other element. And you see the option here to stack it. Yeah, that are stacked, you can either position them horizontally or vertically. And this is how it look if it's vertical. But we'll just leave it at horizontal. Now I'll do the same for the text. Click on it and press Ctrl Shift. I'm going to do the same for the text elements. Just click on Ctrl Shift, click on the H1 and the paragraph, and also on this, and click on Stack. Now the good thing about Stack is that you can add some spacing between the elements. That by dragging it down, where you see this middle blue button, like here, the spacing between them or the gap is 16 pixels. You can also do the same here. Or you can also come to the inspector panel, scroll down, and you see the item spacing. And let me just use an example of 10 pixels. Now the gap between all of them will be 10. That's how stacks work, just by grouping elements together. So for the other section of the column, we need to add these images. To add these images, switch the background color. I'll just change it, clicking on it and clicking here. Change it to light blue. Now I'll go to add elements. To add the images, go to media and add out images. And now images have been added to the page. So this just go to reduce the size. Just reduce the size of the images. I can see this image right here is overlaying over this phone image. Now to fix this, all you can do is click on it and go to arrange, and then we can move the image backwards. You can move it to the back. Now it's fixed. Now with Wix, sometimes as you're using images, it might not always scale properly. The aspect ratio may not always be right. To fix this, all you have to do is click on the image and click on the settings icon and click on reset image. And this will just reset the properties of the image to the default. And yeah, there we have it. Now to add another thing, I'll just click here to add another section. By clicking this button below, you can add another section to the page. And when you see, as you can see, as I added another section, the image overflowed to the next section. Now to prevent this from happening, all you have to do is click on the section and scroll to where you have overflow content. Right now it's showing that it has show. Where we click on hide, when you click on hide, you can see the content is just cut off where the section stops. So that's one way to fix it. Now for the next section of the page, you have to replicate this side. So to do this, I'll just go here, click on grid layout, and I'll use this 2 column grid. And you see we have two sections, the up, the first grid and the second grid. Let's go to add text, click on H2 this time. Copy the text, Control V, align it to the center, and I'll do the same for the paragraph. Just drag, edit it. Also center align it. I'll drag it out a little bit. So now I'll change the color to gray to match the Figma file. I'll do the same. You can also stack it if you want to. Control Shift and click on the elements. Click on stack. Now the elements are together. Center align it. Yeah, I forgot this section right here. This is to align it. This is left align, center align, and right align. Like if I click here, it moves to the right, it moves to the left. But for this, I'll just center align it. Okay, so for the next part, that will be these sections here with these containers. And to achieve it, all we have to do, well, first I have to increase the size of this grid. Just come down here where you see adjust proportions, then you drag it down. Just drag it where it says resize size section. Just click the mouse to resize the section. Now to achieve something like this, all we have to use is a container. Click on the add element and click on containers. Here we have different types of containers: empty containers, design containers, hover containers. But for this, I'm going to use an empty container. I'll use this, drag it here. Now to have something like this, these two sections, you have to do is click on this cell, and you see two options: to split horizontally or split vertically. Now we click on split vertically. The section has been split. Now you can easily resize it by dragging it to give whichever way you want to. I'll just drag it up a bit. That's okay. Now for the containers, just expand it to match the size. Now we have our container. I'll just duplicate this by pressing Ctrl D. That container is add images. We go to add elements and media section. Click on show more. Now these are the images right here that we need. These two. Click add to page. After this, just drag and resize them into the container. Now I did resize it and I changed the font of this text to 30 pixel to allow more space and to follow the Figma design. Because on the Figma file, the font is 30. Now as you can see, this image is overlapping and is going out of the container. Now to fix this, what you can do is just click on the container and scroll down to where it says overflow. Just click on it and choose hide. And right now you see the image is hidden. It isn't going out of the container, just staying in place. Let's drag it up a bit. Then we're done with the first section, or the first container. And now for the second container. Now for the other container, we'll start it according to the Figma file. The first things that we need is to create is the icon. So I'll go over here and add the images. And it's right there. Just click add to page. And here we have it. Now to create this effect, this circular effect around the icon, what I have to do is go down here to add elements. Go here to decoratives. I want to add a shape. Just add a basic shape, which will be this cycle. I'll drag and drop it here. Now the shape is covering the icon, and to fix it I just have to just click on the shape, then these three dots, and go to arrange and press move to the back. There you can see the icon is showing. But first let's start the cycle. So I'm just going to go back to the Figma file and get the color code, which is this. Then we come back here, click on and add. And you can click here to add a new color code if what you want is not there. Just press Ctrl V to apply it. And then we reduce the opacity to 10%, just like it is here. Also remove the border color completely. And now we have something similar to the Figma file where you can see there's a little bit of shadow on the back of the icon. Let me just resize the icon now. Alright, so I did. Sorry, I put the icon, the cycle opacity to 1% instead of 10. That's why it's now you can see it's similar to the Figma file. And next, we just have to add the text and the paragraph. Let's click on the add elements, go to text, and drag our H2 and the paragraph. I'll change it to you also change the font of the text to match it. So instead of being 40 pixels, it will be 30. Then you also stack of the elements together. Control Shift, and then we click on the element. I'll stack them together. And we stack of them together. And then we have the first section done. And now it's time to go to the second section, which will be this. Now to do this, all you have to do is scroll down and click on add section. And a new section is created for us. Now just go to do the same thing and use side by side. I'll click on grid layout and click on this 2-column grid. Now try to resize this according to the Figma file. Click on this arrow in between and drag it maybe a little bit over here. Then I'll do the same. I'll add the containers. Now I've added the containers to this section. Then we begin by starting the container. I'll increase the height. I'll change the color to yellow. Use the same as this. And for the corners, I think it should be 20 pixel. Instead of 10, put this onto a 20 pixel for all sides. Just control, copy it and paste it here for the other one, which is this. I'll just stretch it out. Now I've stretched out the container. I'll have to just change the color to match this Figma file. I'll change it to, yeah, gray. It's like a light gray color. That's what I'll just do to make it easier. I'll just come over here and copy the stars so it since they are practically the same thing. Copy the icon. I'll copy the text. Copy this text from the other container. Now for this cycle, I'm just going to change the color to match this yellow. Just go to the Figma file. Here's the color. Copy it. You can just click on add color and paste it. And now it matches it. It matches this color here. What's left to do is just to add the icon and change the text. I'll go to media, show more, and then use the icon. Just click add to page. Then next, I'll just change the text. What I'm going to do to make it have this two grid system, I'm going to use CSS advanced grid system. So if you go over to the spectral panel, and when you see this layout below it, you see advanced CSS grid. You just click on apply. And now you can see it says 1 by 1. That is 1 by 1 column. To make it 2, just click below and click on 2 by 2. Now there's 2 grid. It has its own grid. And you can obviously drag and resize it however you wish. So I'll just leave it do. Then paste the text. Paste the text. Just change the text to match the Figma file. And there we have it. Now for the images, so I'm just going to just add few of them, which I already have uploaded. Go to media, have images, click on show more. And there are like 4 images here. Yeah, so I'll just add the 4 of them. I'm going to quickly resize them. Then move over to the right side of the container. Now we're done with this section. So the next section I'm going to deal with is this logo section here where we have all these multiple logos and text. Now just go back to wix-studio, click on add section, click on grid layouts. I'm going to use this two grid system. This two column system. Just click on it. Just go up here, copy the text. I've already used it before, but it's somewhat similar to what we're trying to create. Control C to copy, scroll down, first section, click, paste it. I'll just edit the text, edit text. I've edited the text. Just drag out this little paragraph, give it a little bit more spacing. Now for the other section, which is this logo section, we have multiple logos. Also use Wix repeaters. Now to add it, you just go to add elements, click on layout tools, and you see the repeaters. Now repeaters is simply just a list of items that have the same design and layout but different content. Let me just show you how it works. Now with this, I can easily change the background. You just put blue. And you see that change is affected on all three items. Because any design, any changes you make affects all three of them. It just allows you to easily create multiple items without having to individually create them each. So I'm just going to add the logos. The first one is this Klarna. You can see the image has been added on all the items. Just unstretch it and increase the size of the repeater. Now to add more items to the repeater, you can just go here to manage and click on duplicate item. Since there are, I think, there are 12 items on this logo section. So just do it 12 times. Now I have to prepare the items 12 times. But over here on the Figma file, you can see that they are in a grid of six in a row. Now to accomplish this, all you have to do is simply go down here. You have to do is simply go down here where you see number of items per row. This is what it means. So I'll just change this to 6. And now after you set it to 6, you can see that here it changed. That there are 6 rows. I'll just expand this. Now you can change the gap. This is the gap between them. Just leave that and remove this to 1 or 2. Then I have to change each of the images. Now for the next section, which is this, let's go to our wix-studio site. Click on add section. Then grid layout. And we add these 2 columns to it. Now go back to text to our add elements. I'll drag go to text and we use our h2 text. I'll drag attach it to this column here. Let's copy the text from the Figma file, edit it, change the font to 48 48. Now make it bold. Now next is to add the Google Play and Apple Play buttons. Copy and paste it from the hero section. size. Now for the next part of this section, now I'm just going to add. Now for this section, what I'm going to do is add the images and the container. Now add the images for it. Now I just added the image of the human and the stars. That's this and that. I'll send the image backwards. Click on the three dots. Go to arrange and press move backwards. Increase the height of the container. I need to change the color of the container to something that is more visible. Let's put black. Then I'll add the text. So I've added the text, and now for the button section, these two buttons, all to do is to go to add elements. Now you see the buttons. I'm going to use this one here. I'll drag it and paste it here. Now this you can just change the icon. I'll click on change icon. Now just click on change icons to change this icon to an arrow icon. Click here on replace icon. I'll go to media for Wix. And just search arrow. Uh, we'll use this one, arrow right. I'll customize the color and change it to white. Then I reduce the opacity. Now I use to style the button and make it an outline button like this is here. To do this, I'll just go to the color and reduce the opacity to 0. Then border, I'll give it a 1 or maybe 2 pixel border all around. Change color to white. Now for the icon, you can't see it because of the color is black, but to fix this you just have to change the color from black to white. There you can see the icon. And also, and I'll just increase the font of the icon to, let me say, 30 pixels. Now just duplicate this by pressing Control D, Command D, be on Mac. And I'll now rotate the icon to face the left side. Then we can just tag the two buttons together, pressing Shift and clicking on click on stack. Now for the container background, if you notice on the Figma file, it has this kind of transparent background. This is known as glass morphism. And now to do this, I'm going to need a little bit of custom code. Now the first step is to go over here to this icon where you see code. You click on it. You click on start coding. This will enable you to add custom CSS and JavaScript to your files. Now you have dev mode enabled. This is where you can add your JavaScript, and this is where you can add CSS. Now to add the glass morphism effects, you just have to add a little bit of CSS. Let's go to just go to this site, wix.com, glass morphism. What we need is just this CSS code, just these two. Copy it here, and that's it. Now we just click on the container to add a class to it. I'll click on it and give it a custom class name. This will allow us to easily edit it. Let me just call it uh, box. I'll just cancel all this, you don't really need it. Now first thing you have to do is click on the container and come over here to CSS classes and give it a custom name. I'm just going to name it box hyphen, let me just say glass. And come over here, dot box hyphen glass brackets. And let me just test it out. I'll just give it a background color of red. I can see now. Just minimize this. The color has changed to red because of the CSS class. Now to make this somewhat make this transparent background, all you have to do is to use this CSS class, this background body and this backdrop filter. I'll just come here since I already copied it. Control V. As you can see, there's a little bit, it looks a little bit transparent, but too transparent. So I'll just change that by adding 0.6 to this to make it have a darker background. And yeah, it somehow looks identical to the Figma file. But I'll just make another change because it looks too blurry. I'll just change the blur to 10 pixel. Now this looks a lot more better because now you can see the text and you can see the background image. So that's it for this section. For the next section, will have to be the footer. Now for the last section, which will be the footer. So you can see we already have a default one, but I'll just delete it. Just click on add section. Click on design section. Going to be using a pre-designed section for the footer. So starting from scratch. So you just go over here, sections. When you scroll down to navigation, you see the option for footers. I'll just choose the one that looks most similar to this Figma design one. And I think that is, yes, this one here. Just click on it. It has been added to the section, sorry, to the page. Let's delete this first row. Then we have something that's similar to this. I'll just make some few changes. Change the background color to match it. add the other logo, which is the light one. Let's go to media and control more. That's the logo. Add just add two of them together. Control Shift and click on the elements. We start them together. And for the second place is this product, all these menus. First, we just come here. I'll delete these ones. And I'll add another menu. Let's go to add elements. Go to menu and search. And this time I'm going to use a vertical menu. Attach it here. Now if you notice the menu is giving us the options for this first one, which is not what we want. But to change it, all we have to do is click on manage menu. Click on menu and click on manage site menu. Now we'll now add a new menu item. Just call it product hyphen menu. Now you see here we have new items. I'll just copy all of this. Now I've added the menu items and I'll just edit them by changing their color to white. Oh no. Let's go to text and change the color. Let me change the fonts too. And I'll change this to white. And for the when they are selected, change the color to navy blue, or maybe just leave it as light blue. Now just delete these sections. Let's go to do this one next. Is get the app. Now I have to do now is add these two images. Come over to media. The images are now added. I just drag them up to this to get the app section. And now to add the social icons, just go to add elements. Scroll down when you see embed and social. Now click on social bars. Now you can see as you can add all the social links: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, and LinkedIn. So I'm just going to drag this and attach it here. Now you can manage the layout or set the social links. You can link them to your profile if you want to. I'm just going to delete some of them since there are only 3 on the Figma file. Just to replace them. I'm just make them 3. And I'll upload our own images by clicking on replace icon. Go to our own site files to replace the icons with the one that we already downloaded from the Figma file. Now I'll replace the icons with our own, and we can now preview the site. I click on this eye icon above us. As you can see, this is the website that we're able to convert from Figma to wix-studio. And once you're done, if to publish the site, all you need to do is click on this publish button here, and yes. Now I'll replace the icons with our own, and we can now preview the site. I click on this eye icon above us. As you can see, this is the website that we're able to convert from Figma to wix-studio. And once you're done, if to publish the site, all you need to do is click on this publish button here, and yes. Now I'll replace the icons with our own, and we can now preview the site. I click on this eye icon above us. After clicking on publish, you can now view your site. Now this is the finished site. Still loading. And that's it. With Wix Studio, it allows you to create websites easily, fast, and seamless. Although it still does lack mobile responsiveness. That's something that maybe I'll do in another video. Because if we change the screen size to mobile, you can see most of the items aren't really responsive. But I'll do that in another video. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you liked it. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.